Welcome to The Ronnies. I am Tony. Come with me to see my experience in the 2025 Austin Marathon. We chose Austin because we wanted a marathon in the first 3 months of the 2025 and we wanted a bigger one, ideally. Some marathon in a place that we could fly easily in and out and maybe that had an interesting city to explore for the first time, and Austin met all those criteria. On top of that, we were fooled by the idea that because it was in Texas it was going to be warmer, and that was not the case, but I guess you live and you learn. Marathon course difficulty, I will give it a 7 out of 10. The reason why I say this is because in comparison to the Newport Marathon, which is my only other experience, in Newport the hills were kind of in the middle or earlier in the race, while here in Austin the biggest hill by far is at mile 25, and I think that's just brutal. It killed me emotionally just seeing that big wall in front of me. It was too much. Also, and I think maybe this happens in all races, but that worst part of the race, miles 20 to 24 or something, it was kind of lonely. How was the weather? The weather was colder, definitely colder than what we expected. It was around 2 degrees Celsius when we left the hotel, and throughout the race I think it got as high as 10 degrees, so about 45 to 52 degrees Fahrenheit. We were not expecting that and we were not prepared. We did not have gloves, and that is my biggest regret of a whole marathon. But on the positive side, it was sunny and not windy. My personal goal for the race was to improve my time from the Newport Marathon, which was 4 hours and 26 minutes. I was aiming for 4 hours and 15 minutes, but I clearly knew that that was not happening even 6 weeks prior to the race, because I was missing many of my run days for many different reasons, work and family related. And on top of that, about a month before the race we got sick with some kind of cold, and we spent 2 weeks no running at all, just trying to recover from the cold. So I knew that my training was not what I was expecting and I was not going to meet that goal. For my pacing strategy, I used the Pace Pro feature on the Garmin website and I loaded it to my watch. My plan was to do a time of 4 hours and 29 minutes, which is a pace of 10-15 minutes per mile. I tried to use a moderate negative split, starting with 10:43 and ending with a 10:06. Needless to say that I did not went even close to that, and because I went too fast at the beginning and I did not have the reserve, I did not meet my goal at all. For the training program, I used the Hal Higdon Intermediate 1 training program, which is a great training program as long as you are able to do, I would say, at least 90% of the proposed races, which I did not do, and that's why my reserve was just not there for the time of the race. For my fueling strategy, I use Precision gels every 4 miles. I just think that it's easy to remember, 4, 8, 12 and so on. I like the taste of them and I think they are easy to digest. Hydration, I use my water bottle, my handheld water bottle throughout the race, and I start the race with some electrolytes. My meal before the race was a plain bagel with some cream cheese and a banana. It was great. I have no complaints. It worked. After the race, my immediate reaction was, oh my god, I'm done. I was dying. It was the hardest challenge I've ever done. I seriously thought that I was not going to be able to finish, especially when I was around mile 22 to 24. Those were brutal. I was also a bit disappointed because I knew that I was way slower than I wanted at the beginning, but as I said, that was also not a new realization. I knew that I was not going to make it beforehand. I was just kind of disappointed that I should have known better and go slower, and at least I would have finished stronger, and especially because I knew that I was not fit for the challenge of improving my time. So I should have just cut the losses and start a bit slower and at least finish strong. What went well? Well, to begin, running Austin. Austin was a great experience all throughout, and I'm very happy that we selected this to be our first marathon of the year. I'm confident this has to be one of the best marathons you can run in the winter in the US. My fueling strategy and my hydration strategy, I think those also went well. The breakfast before the run, I guess 90% of my outfit went well. The problem was that I was not wearing gloves. So that is a lesson for next time. From this experience, I've learned that I need to assess my fitness level before every race. And even though I will continue to train aiming for a certain goal, I will always stop before the race time and reassess if that is a reasonable goal to keep or if I should adapt it before the race time. Well, to begin my training, I missed more than 10% of my runs and at least the 3 longest runs of the program. I was not in the proper shape to improve my time or to succeed at this pace. So I think that was the most important part. And then secondly was my pacing strategy. I should have known this. Identify that I was not in the shape to improve my time and adapt to that by decreasing my pace to begin with. So my next race is going to be actually this Saturday, the Burlington Half Marathon. The main purpose of the race is to pace Mara to improve her half marathon time. And then after that, in about a month, I'm going to run the Providence full marathon. So I'm very excited for that. And I hope that this time I can beat my previous PB. My training has been much better than for Austin, and I hope that is enough and I can see the results of that. Check out our other 2 videos about the Austin Half Marathon and everything you need to know about this event. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and comment below. See you in the next one.